it's Julie Davison. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. We've got my mama, Susan LaCroix from Wyandotte, Michigan, and I'm tuning in on Zoom from Champaign, Illinois. We're so excited to share with you each week. Every Sunday at noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Mom and I share some stamping projects using some of the latest products from Stampin' Up. Hi, Mom. How you doing?
Hi, Jay. I'm doing great. Just great. I'm so excited about this collection.
I am too. I'm really excited, even though I feel like we have a new catalog right around the corner. Stampin' Up, they just love to give us new things every month. So last month we had the All Together collection that launched, and this month now in March we've got a new collection that's launching, and this one is a little bit of a sneak peek from the annual catalog that's coming up. And just really quick, that last chance list, the retiring list, is going to come up in just a couple weeks toward the end of March. I want to say March 23rd. Does that sound right to you?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, a couple.
You know what?
Yeah, a couple weeks from now. And then the annual catalog goes through until May 2nd. So we'll have 5 or 6 weeks where we'll know what is retiring, and we anticipate some things will be on discount. But it's always fun to get new things. And so I'm not even thinking about the stuff that we're going to lose. I'm just excited about the things that are new and coming up.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Do you know that this, I believe, is week number 40?
Oh my gosh.
40. Unbelievable. Yeah.
I've kind of lost track. You're so good at keeping track of that. It's so hard to believe that we've been demonstrators for almost 20 years and we're only on episode 40. What took us so long? Why didn't we do this sooner?
Well, technology for one.
That is a very good point. Being 2 states away, it's not easy to film together. And so now that we're comfortable with Zoom, and there is a Zoom that makes it easy to do this, I guess that's why. That's a good point.
But we shouldn't keep people in suspense any longer.
I know. Let's switch the camera over to your desktop.
Available from March 1st to May 2nd. This Waves of the Ocean sneak peek. So there's just a bunch of stuff. If you want everything, there's one number to get it all. And then I'm going to flip this page over and show you what's in there. And then I'm going to show you the actual product. So the bundle, which is this stamp set and this die set, will carry over into the new catalog. And so it's available as a bundle if you don't want to get the whole collection. And then there's some really pretty Waves of the Ocean Designer Series paper, some foil paper, and some rhinestone basic jewels. And as much as I love sparkle, I'm so sad that these are not carrying over because they are absolutely gorgeous. But all of these 3 items are while supplies last.
Oh, I always hate it when they do that because it makes me sad when they do sell out. So if you want the paper and the foil and the rhinestones, you got to make sure to order early.
Absolutely. So here is the stamp set. Let's start with that. So there's a few images. There's a huge wave, which is really pretty. And then I love this little pelican. And you're so totally awesome. Your strength is an inspiration. So of course, immediately I think of the wave, the strength of the water. Our friendship is a thing of beauty. Happy birthday. And one lone little bird. And then the dies are Waves dies. And what's interesting about this is that there are 2 waves and they're not identical. So you can layer them. So I have a sample. I will show you that. There's a couple of tags. This is the pelican. There's some clouds, some birds, and I'm not quite sure. I think these might be waves. I
just figured that out the other day. I saw a sample that was shared on Demonstrator Planning Please, and it is details for the clouds. So you can cut those out, and then it's sort of that detail to the bottom of the cloud.
Well, there you go.
I couldn't figure it out either. Wow. It took somebody else.
Crazy. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to leave that way. All right. Now, you're ready to go?
Oh, you
You want
have
me
to
to?
show us the paper first.
Oh gosh, see, I'm in such a hurry. Okay, so this is 12 by 12 paper. I cut it down to 6 by 6 to show you. But look at this paper. It is so dramatic. And there are lots of things. At first I looked at this and I thought, what would I do with this? But
Yeah.
we have some other stamp sets that would coordinate this. The one with the sea life that has the
Yes.
looks like bubbles and stuff in here. That's kind of what this reminds me of. Again, some
Mhm.
more wave action. And it's
And I heard someone say that this was like paint pour, like they did a paint pour and then photographed it.
yes, that's exactly what they did, Julie. So that's one side. And then the other side are these colors.
Ooh,
Yeah, aren't they pretty?
those are so like beachy. They just make me, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh.
Although to be honest, if I saw water this color, I would not go near it.
Well, I don't think of water. Like that just makes me think of like seashells and you know what I mean? Like that kind of beachy, you know, like a sunset sky beachy, like I think of sand and I think of like fish and you know, coral. Definitely not water. Yellow water, that would be a little
Yeah, little question. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, and then there is some foil, and there is this beautiful. Oh, um, I want to say it's like oh heck, like coastal cabana, maybe a little darker coastal cabana.
yes, coastal Cabana. I looked at the package. I haven't opened mine yet.
Oh, okay.
That's sad to say.
And then there's
Oh,
this beautiful blue.
they're calling that one Night of Navy.
Okay. And those, so they're very shiny. And then the silver is kind of a matte finish.
Ooh.
So that's different. Now, I haven't played with the silver yet. I've used these two. And I'll show you the samples or what, when it's my turn. And then, as I said, I'm so sorry, these aren't carrying over.
Oh,
Beautiful rhinestone. And it's like an ombre. So it starts with that navy and then it kind of goes into, I don't know, they're just gorgeous. I don't even know how to describe it.
so different shades of blue. It looks like there's 2 rows that are one color and then 2 rows that are another. So
Exactly.
mostly blues and then some green in
A
there.
little bit of green. A little bit of green. Does this help
Oh,
with out of the
yeah,
celery?
I think so. We don't have that glare. You can kind of see the different colors.
Yep.
I love rhinestones. These are so awesome. So there's 3 different sizes. There's big and then some medium and mostly the smaller size.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Anyway, so that's what comes in this collection. So again, there's one number for the collection. And it is 161797. And the collection is $79.25. So you get the stamp set and dies at the bundled price, along with the 12 by 12 designer series paper, the foil, and these beautiful rhinestones. So that's it, Jay. Are you ready to share?
Almost. I decided I'm gonna bust out a piece of that foil and add it to my card. Okay. Let me switch the camera over to my desktop. Okay, so you showed me some of the awesome cards that you created, and I felt like I really needed to give some love to the Pelican because the cards that I have received so far for a little swap that I'm in all use the wave, and so I love the wave. It's so beautiful and detailed, but I wanted to use the Pelican, so that is what I focused on for this card. So I'm using some Stampin' Blends to color, and this image is not very big, so I kind of did worry a little bit about what it would be like to color, but I'm adding some crumb cake to the posts, and I'm using dark crumb cake first around the edges where there's those built-in shadows, and then I'm going to add the light crumb cake to color it in. So it doesn't add a whole lot of color, but it really does just sort of make the image pop. So I'm doing crumb cake on the post. And then for the Pelican, again, I wanted to kind of keep it simple. So I'm using some light smoky slate on the feathers, and adding some dark smoky slate for a little bit of detail. And then a little bit of the light pumpkin pie for the beak. So just like a pop of color. Like I don't know how you can see that, but I just love that little bit of orange in there. I think it's just, a nice little pop. So I'm going to use really quick our little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because I want to remind everybody that the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is on sale this month for 20% off. So if you have been thinking about getting this cute little machine, it is so perfect for desktop use, or if you take your stamps with you and you travel. I know we have some stampers on our team that have multiple homes, like they winter down in Florida or Arizona. And so if you're traveling with your stamping supplies, the mini machine is kind of a perfect way to bring stamping or die cutting and embossing with you. So it has the plates are about 3.5 inches wide. So most dies do fit inside the little mini machine. Mom, do you use yours very often?
Sometimes I do. I put it on the table, and that's what goes around when people are working on projects.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel like getting up. It depends on the size of the stamps and what we're doing and how many are here, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think in a class setting, it's really nice to be able to send that around the table. I've got a piece of the designer paper that's cut. I love this one. It's a little coastal cabana. And this is 2.5 inches. I'm sorry, 3.5 inches by 4 inches. Nope, 2.5. I lied. I had it right the first time. 2.5 inches by 4. And here's where I'm thinking I'm going to add this little bit of the silver foil. And so we'll see. I have one that's done without the silver foil. And so you can help me decide if you like it. This is 1 inch by 3 3/4 inch. And then I've got a little circle. I'm going to lie and tell you that I use the layering circle dies, but indeed I did use my 2 1/4 inch circle punch. I'm sorry. I love my circle punches. You can get the same size in the layering circle dies. So if you don't have the circle punch, then you can get the layering circles. And I do love the die set. It works really well actually with the mini machine, because you get a whole bunch of sizes of circles, and it's a better value of circles for the money than the punches were. So that is a good plus. I've stamped the greeting and punched it out with the everyday label punch. I love this punch. Is that what that's called? I think it's the everyday label punch. And I also die cut some clouds, but before I add the clouds, I'm going to stamp that cute little bird. There's only one in the stamp, but I am going to stamp it twice so that there's 2 birds. Oh, I just realized I got a little ink. My stamps were not cut very well, like at the factory. And so I found I had to go and trim some of the extra rubber so that it wasn't catching. So I just need to do that a little bit more. And you know what? I can actually cover them up with a cloud. So I might do that and then restamp them. Oh, I love how mistakes can always be covered up, right?
There are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. Only opportunities.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I covered them up. Let's see. Hopefully I won't stamp on the cloud. All right, that looks good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this card came together so fast because I had some elements that were already done, but I am going to embellish this a little bit more with some of the gems. And I'm choosing the Coastal Cabana gems. They're not really labeled, so I don't know what color is Coastal Cabana, but I do love adding a little bit of bling to this card. So let me show you the other version, and you can tell me what you think, if you like it better with the silver foil or without.
I like the foil.
I kind of like the paper because you see this beautiful design, and maybe I just need a smaller piece of foil. It kind of covers it up a little bit. So I don't know. Leave a comment and tell us what you think. This or that. Do you prefer the card with the foil, or do you prefer the card without the foil? let me share with you some samples that I've got. I'm doing, like I said, a little mini 1-for-1 swap with the Waves of Inspiration. And I'm still waiting for most of them to come in the mail, but I did get a few of them. So I'm excited to be able to share these samples with you. This one is from Deb Snyder, and she created a pocket with the wave, and it has a little card that tucks inside. Isn't that clever?
That's very clever.
And then we've got this beautiful card from Kim Peck, and she used the wave stamp and then the glitter, the supple shimmer glimmer paper.
Oh, what a good idea.
Yes, to go over that. This is the die cut label from the set, and then she's got a little bit of designer paper on the inside. I've got this card from Dina Ricow using just the designer paper, that pink pattern, and then the sentiment, your strength is an inspiration. So you can create beautiful cards even without some of the wave and the pelican imagery. And the last card is from Janet Casto, and she sent this to Thomas, and so I stole it from Thomas's envelope so I could show you. She used the foil, the blue foil, over the stamped wave, and I just love the simplicity and beauty of this card. You're totally awesome. And then a little congratulations message inside for him.
Awesome.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I am loving this bundle. You know, I have a thing, I think we both do, for water. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what you're going to show us. I'm going to switch it over to your desktop.
All right. All right. So I am using the wave to show you, and I'm going to emboss it on the foil. So I took a piece of the lighter blue, or the Coastal Cabana, and this is a 3-inch by 6-inch piece. And you can get, when you die cut, you can get 2 waves, 2 waves out of 1 piece. But I'm going to emboss on this, and I am going to use the embossing buddy. I don't know if it really works on foil, but I'm doing it anyway. All right. Oh, you know what? I was going to have to die cut it out, and I did not prepare for that. So I may just quick fussy cut it. All right, so I'm going to just stick it on here. And I think that's enough. I always want to make sure on foil that I'm getting the everything on it, because I'm never sure if it's slipping or not. I've never had it slip, but I always worry about it. All right.
Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. Just like that. I know it's not done, but that stamp is just so gorgeous.
It is. And while I have all my embossing stuff out too, I missed a little spot here. I'm going to, I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to cut it. I'm going to take this piece of Coastal Cabana, which has got a little wrinkly thing in here, and I'm going to emboss the greeting. We got something on there. I'm gonna do it. Okay, right there. I'll commit. If I screw it up, I've got one done. I can show you. I am having the same issues you are. I've got to trim some rubber off.
Yeah. So I've been to Canab, and they have like this big machine, and they line it up, and they have like this sort of template. And I don't know, just wasn't a good punch out. Maybe their template is off.
Maybe. All right, let me just put this back in here before I dump it all over myself, because I've done that. Oh, that got in here. My little oh geez. My little vacuum cleaner is across the room.
Oh no.
Let me just pick up this Versamark. It's face down on the carpet. Okay, let me close this. All right, so now I'm going to bring out my embossing gun. I am just,
oh my gosh.
Wow. All right.
That sounded really loud. Are you okay?
Oh, it was a little metal basket that I had kind of hooked on it. And so when I
Oh,
emboss over here, I put my embossing gun in there and I pulled it just a little too hard.
okay.
I don't know if you can see on camera how well this, it really brightens it up on this foil.
Yes, that is so pretty. When you showed me your sample, I don't think I realized it was on the foil that you had embossed it.
Oh,
That's so pretty.
yeah. Thank you. Okay. And I'll get our greeting. Now, when I made my first one, I got the wave on here and then figured out where I wanted to put the other images. So I hope that I've got it right here. So, all right, it looks like I've got it. All right, I'm just going to set that in there. And cover, oh, I should cover my embossing powder. That could have been a disaster. Long embossing powder.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Lordy. Okay. So let me do a quick trim on this. This is a card that does come together very easily as well. I would normally have die cut this, but because I'm not quite prepared for that, I'm going to just fussy cut it because it's not that difficult to fussy cut. It's pretty much straight lines except you get to the curl.
So is there a die that cuts the outline of the wave?
There are two wave dies. I don't know that it's got detail. Both dies have some detail.
Okay. So it doesn't die cut the stamped image.
Well, you can, but it's not gonna catch it all. If you know what I mean. All right, well. All right, so let's see how well this is gonna come together. Get my bone folder here. Got embossing powder there. All right. So this doesn't quite, I'll just bring out my finished one because it doesn't quite fit.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I love that so much.
Some clouds that we can put in here as well. So I will bring out my finished card because I'm not crazy.
You could just move the wave over a little, couldn't you?
I suppose I could.
Yeah. Oh, see?
You're right, Jay. All right, I'll continue. All right. So I'm going to use snail.
And you can send this one to me if you don't like it, because I think it's gorgeous.
Maybe you will get this in the
I am totally awesome. So, I mean,
totally
that's perfect.
Awesome. Right? Okay. We'll do a little bit more trimming along here. Because you're right. I mean, I said it earlier, there are no mistakes, right?
That's right.
So this is going to go on here.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Well, I also did a Pelican card that I'm going to share. I had a team meeting and wanted to let my team members have some samples of this to show. All right, and then I popped up my little clouds. So Tom has got his starter kit and oh my goodness, he's ready to rock and roll.
He is. He's so excited about stamping and sharing. It's been fun to like see it all through his eyes, right? Because it's been 20 years since we first started, and there is like an excitement,
Oh boy, I remember
that you just can't like duplicate.
That's true. That is so true. So I also added just a few of the Coastal Cabana gems, and I so I put one one of the larger ones. I really want to get rid of this chip and do the other one. And then I grabbed a couple of the medium-sized ones to go on either side of it. I kind of like the different sizes. It's running away from me.
Oh, I love them all on the bottom like that.
So
That's
this is
gorgeous.
my finished card.
Oh my gosh, Mom, you nailed it. That is so gorgeous.
I think I would have wanted the birds up a little higher. Here's my other one.
Oh,
They're the same.
beautiful.
3 birds versus 5. Okay, so let me quickly show you a couple of other ones. I need this out. Let me just get rid of some of this stuff here real quick. Okay. Good. All right. So this one, what I did here is I stamped the wave in Pacific Point. And then after I got that wave stamped, I took a blending brush and the Pacific Point each, and I did a sky.
Oh.
And then I die cut using both different wave dies, a piece of the designer series paper and a piece of the darker blue foil. I really wanted the layers in that wave.
That is so gorgeous. So much depth and dimension.
That was the idea. And then I did throw a couple of the little gems in there just because water sparkles and I have to sparkle.
Yes.
And I stamped some birds and just I didn't want a greeting to fight with the big wave. So I just, then I need happy birthday cards. So oh, I did that one. Oh, get back here. Okay, so I also did a pelican, and I did, I brought out the ocean front, AKA Lake.
Oh.
And so what I did was I Googled pelicans, and the American pelican is white with yellow orange beak and legs, and then the flight feathers, whatever those are, that you can't see unless the bird is in flight, are brown.
Okay.
Pelicans are brown when they're young, but I think there is another brownish grayish pelican that, anyway. So I would decide to leave him white. And like you, I used some blends. And then because there's that roping on there, I took some of our linen thread and added that.
Okay, I love that. And now I want to put that on my card. What a fabulous idea. Oh my gosh.
So I took the water image from Oceanfront. Okay, it's right here. So I took this image, which is the water, and I stamped it, and then I turned it upside down and stamped it again.
Okay.
So then I went ahead and put birds on it, but it's water. The birds are landing on the water. How's that?
There you go. It's like whale tails in the water.
And then I stamped some of the boulders in gray granite and fussy cut them out. And I stamped one of the boulders here, and then I adhered one here, and then I put some with dimensionals there. And this guy has popped up on dimensionals. And I went ahead and added a couple of the pebble enamel embellishments, even though we can't order them right now, but they should be. I think these are coming in, let's see, probably within the next 7 to 10 days, maybe. They're due to come in. Unlike the sea glass, which is going to be a little bit longer, I think April.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's how I combined the waves of the ocean and oceanfront.
I love it.
So those are my
Oh my God. You just nailed this. You nailed it all. Like if I didn't want it before, I gotta have it now.
Oh, I didn't stamp on the inside of any of these, but yes, but these are projects using waves of the ocean. And I imagine there's going to be a ton more samples online within the next day or two.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, Mom. I love it. Let's switch the camera over and we'll show up. I feel like you just need to grab all your cards though, because they're so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this is definitely a must have. I'm glad that this bundle, this stamp set, and the dies are going to carry over. So, because I know a lot of times demonstrators, when we have these out of publication releases, they feel like, well, I don't want to get it if it's only available for, a month or 2 months. But
Yeah.
this is a bundle that is going to be in the catalog. So, if you don't get it now, there is some time to get it down the road. But it's those other things, the designer paper, the foil, and the rhinestones that won't be. So if you love all of it, but you can't get it all right now, then I would say start with the paper and the foil and the rhinestones, and there'll be some time to get the
Agreed.
suite or to get the bundle
May
down
3rd.
the road. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Julie. That's the way to do it. If you can't get the whole collection, then that's what you should do. But yeah, I think this is going to be fun. And of course, then it makes me wonder what else is coming in the new annual that might go with this.
Yes, that's a
It's gonna
really good
be,
point.
is it going to be part of a suite, or is it going to be just a bundle, but they'll have other things like kind of this goes with that kind of a thing. That's what
Yes.
and I have to say, early on, I didn't like to mix stamp sets unless I had to pull a greeting in because the stamp set maybe didn't have a greeting.
Yeah.
But so I was just like, no, no, no. But now I keep looking for things that will go with things, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
I'm kind of a purist and I don't usually mix stamp sets, but I
yeah,
think that there's so many great options out there, especially if you're stamping something for a specific occasion to find, a sentiment, borrow a sentiment from another stamp set. But you demonstrated perfectly mixing and matching the ocean front with what is the name of this stamp set? Waves of Inspiration.
I think so.
So yeah, like there are so
Really good
many products that work beautifully together, and you really nailed it with your cards this week, Mom. I feel like mine is so inferior.
Oh, no, 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 no. Not at all, Jay. Your cards are you're gorgeous. I mean, your cards always nailed. You got good layering and good, just yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I just love the ability to share ideas, so freely with other stampers and to be inspired by what other people do. And so now that I've seen your samples, I'm definitely going to be playing with this bundle even more and like playing with that embossing and playing with the foil. You've really inspired me. So I can't wait to just keep digging in with this.
I'm glad, Jay. I'm glad I could. And yeah, so maybe I'll make up another set of these and you'll get some happy mail.
Woo! I would love that. I will absolutely send you one of mine as well.
Okay. I love it.
Well, all right. Well, we've got to wrap it up for this week. But thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed all of our Waves of Inspiration projects and that they've inspired you. You can get this new suite in our online store. You know how to contact us and shop with us. So, and if you don't, then check the video description because we'll have all the links and the item numbers for everything that we used today.
We absolutely will. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you next Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. Goodbye,
Bye, everybody. Bye, Mom.
Bye, babe. Love you.
Love you too.